My dog got himself sprayed by a skunk this past week. I feel like this is a personal, formal vendetta call out against skunks. And a call out to all my so called loved ones who totally undersold how bad a skunk spraying is.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Kawhi, don't you dare. Not you either, Spice. Let's go to an ad.
What it do, baby?
Welcome, everybody. You have, in fact, tuned in to the number one podcast in your headphones. That's right. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't ever play yourselves. This is Premal. I'm your host, Premal of the Play Call Network. And you, of course, are our number one podcast listener. Why else would you be here? Let's get things going with the FM or not. First up, the MLB playoffs are set. It is officially October. It is playoff season. In the AL, the Astros, that's right, Go Stros, are your number one seed. They face the winner of the wild card between the Rays and the A's. The number 2 seed Yankees will face the number 3 seed Minnesota Twins. Over in the NL, the number 1 seed was the Los Angeles Dodgers, who face the wild card winner between the Brewers and Nationals, while the number 2 seed Braves will face the NL Central champ St. Louis Cardinals. So, first of all, I'm a yeah fan because Go Stros.
And have fun with it.
Obviously. And obviously, the best part of baseball season is the playoffs. All hands on deck. No saving pitch counts. No saving someone for another day. It's do or die. Love every second of it. Reminds you of playing in Little League. But I'm a nod to the fact that the 93-win Cleveland Indians missed the playoffs. The same 93-win Cleveland Indians had a better record than 2 NL playoff teams, including a division winner in the aforementioned St. Louis Cardinals. And also, they had the same record as a third NL playoff team, the Washington Nationals. Obviously, they're leagues for a reason. I get all that. It happens in every playoff, but a 93-win team missing the playoffs is outrageous to me. It's not quite this because college football is a different beast, but it's almost like when those 6-6 college football teams get to go to a bowl game. Are we just rewarding mediocrity here? But anyway, I'll be making my picks for the 4 teams that I think will make the league championship series later on, so stay tuned alert. Sticking in baseball here. Just 3 seasons removed from ending a 108-year championship drought, the Cubs and manager Joe Maddon decided to part ways. So Maddon led the Cubs to a 2016 World Series. The Cubs made a franchise record 4 straight playoff appearances under him. I mean, listen, what a 5 years. It's hard to say yeah fam to this being the right move after he gave the Cubs what they had been desiring for over a century. He had a tremendous 5-year run for the Cubs, and he was the right man for the job at the time, clearly. But finishing this season in the collapsing manner they did with that talented of a roster is inexcusable. So even though I hate to say it, I am a yeah fam to this. It's time to move on. Joe Maddon more than served his purpose and will never not be anything but loved in Wrigleyville. This Cubs job should be a highly sought after one, because with that roster, as I said, with how young it is and talented, who wouldn't want it? Sure, it comes with a lot of pressure, but what's the alternative? Like the 10,000 people per game attendance for the Miami Marlins or some shit like that? I mean, let's be real. And as for Madden, he'll be just fine too. He will find work no problem. Alright, you know what's going to happen. Going over to the NFL. Yeah, fam or nah? To the Gardner Minshew hype train. Do I get it? I mean, stretching in a jock strap, wearing jorts, and sporting a mustache, leading the Jags to victory. What's there not to like? Everything. Sound it.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
That's right, I'm a nah. Y'all out here crowning people just to crown them. Remember Linsanity? Yeah, I thought so. I tell you who should thank him. Jalen Ramsey. Dude saga has totally been forgotten amongst all this Gardner Minshew hysteria.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Just mediocrity after mediocrity. Last but not least, week 4 of the NFL. Yeah, fam or nah? So, I haven't done this in a little bit, but Thought this week especially was a little crazy. It's like kind of a drunk talking shit type of week.
And have fun with it.
So, according to Darren Ravel, the favorites this past week in the NFL went 4-9. You had Mitchell Trubisky hurt his shoulder. Josh Allen get knocked out of a game. Which, by the way, if you think that person should have got ejected, you didn't see the hit. This one is not equal to some of the other egregious ones. Avontes Burfict got ejected and suspended for the rest of the season. Good riddance, as far as I'm concerned. He needs to be banned. I've never seen someone so dirty get chance after chance after chance. This dude was voted a captain on his team. So, I mean, early you played yourself to the Raiders.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
If that's the best you have to wear that fucking captain patch. This guy is as dirty as they come. And with this many, it's a pattern. This dude's trying to hurt people. And that's just not cool. Daniel Jones continues his hot streak, leading the Giants to another victory. The Los Angeles Rams, Jared Goff, threw 68 times. You heard that correctly. 68 times. But the team lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This man had 500 yards passing and 68 fucking attempts. On a team that features Todd Gurley, by the way. This man had that many attempts and that many yards and one of the lowest QB ratings for a game like that in history. I don't know. A boy genius Sean McVay, maybe that's not the recipe to win. Maybe 2 pass attempts short of the NFL record is not the method to fucking win. I don't know. Just saying. Speaking of quarterbacks doing shitty but being paid a lot, Kirk Cousins.
Enjoy this.
That's the end of that thought.
Enjoy this moment.
You had a good loss by the Detroit Lions. Weird that they're starting to get some respect only after a loss, but hell, they should have beat the Chiefs this past week. Then finally, our boy from the Ohio State University, Dwayne Haskins, finally came in for Case Keenum. It is absolutely clear to me that Washington is trying to screw our beloved Dwayne by setting him up to fail. Team was getting shit on. You put in a rookie quarterback after your starting quarterback already messed it up and made it too far gone. Throw him to the Wolves like that. Instead of prepping him, there's been reports that he hasn't been getting first team reps. So you drafted this man at 15. There's been other reports that people were split over drafting him. And if I heard it all the way here, you don't think Dwayne Haskins knows about that? This team is legitimately screwing with a young man's career and toying with his production. And maybe I'd buy it'd be a mistake if Washington doesn't constantly do this type of bullshit. Why wouldn't you give that man ample time to prepare while your team blows chunks? Why wouldn't you give him a true week of practice before throwing him to the Wolves? Instead, you let him go out there to a team already ready to tee off, and he throws 3 picks. Then you wonder why people criticize him. And what is with this fucking logic of NFL coaches? So you have this coach on a hot seat, right? Just like Jay Gruden. And he decides he's going to play a veteran quarterback. Because that veteran quarterback, Case Keenums of the world, the Ryan Fitzpatricks, that veteran quarterback, that journeyman, is going to give him a chance to go a whopping fucking 7-9 or 8-8 and just miss the playoffs.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And in these NFL coaches' estimation, that 7-9, after they've already been on the hot seat, is going to save them from getting canned. I don't know. Why not think about it in this term? Why, if you're going to draft the young guy, why not just throw him out there so you have a built-in excuse when you get called into the owner why you didn't produce wins? We decided to build for the future. Make a team we could be proud of in a couple years. I'd love to see that through. Instead, you want to throw some bullshit out here, ruin a young man's career, make this journeyman go out there with a fucking subpar roster just to be mediocre at best. Where is the fucking logic in that? Why, as a coach on a hot seat, do you insist on putting in fucking Case Keenum or Ryan Fitzpatrick? Just dicking around. This is why bad teams stay bad. I hate that chicken shit. Get the fuck out of here with that logic. Something needs to shift in the NFL. If I can think about this logic from here, why do these coaches continually pay these journeyman backup quarterbacks shit tons of money just to do exactly what they've done in other places, which is be mediocre? Why? So you can get a worse draft pick? So you can take longer to rebuild? So you can waste the existing draft picks you have by not developing them? Where in that does that make any fucking sense to you? Damn, this isn't even you played yourself. This is gonna be spicy as shit. Okay, let's move on to likey, no likey, hate it. First up, the likey. The Astros are the first team ever to lead the majors in strikeouts, pitching 1,671, and the fewest strikeouts at the plate, 1,166. Oh, and by the way, they finished with the best record in baseball and set a franchise record for most wins, going 107-55. You absolutely fucking love to see it. For no lucky, this from Adam Schefter regarding Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is poised to file an NFL record 9 grievances and appeals to try to recoup upwards of $61 million per sources. The only reason this isn't on Hate It is...
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem?
Got a few Hate It's from this week. First Hate It goes to Clemson escaping an upset versus North Carolina because of an awful 2-point conversion try. All of us on Team Petty who want to see Clemson lose know that we lost our one shot this past weekend. Because now, Clemson's lowest win probability for the remaining opponents is 90%. Lowest. Yes, sound it.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Fucking sucks, dude. Who runs a east-west play when you have 2 yards to gain? Just fucking punch it in, man. Make us happy and eliminate Clemson. God damn it. I hate it to this Odell Beckham, Marlon Humphrey deal, Browns versus Ravens. So Odell reportedly threw a punch at Marlon Humphrey, and then there's a clip of Humphrey choking Odell, who's on the grass on his back. Oh, in that same clip, by the way, a ref walks directly in front of it going on. Like, no impeded sight, no pile of players. They were apart from the play. No flag. No ejection. Nothing. Just straight up watch them. This fucking referee is going to be the death of us. Oh, speaking of dirty. Back to Vontaze Burfict. A little bit more detail. No, I hit you with the headlines, but he was ejected in the second quarter of the Raiders' 31-24 win against the Indianapolis Colts. So Burfict had a helmet-to-helmet hit on tight end Jack Doyle way after the play. He was initially flagged for hitting Doyle in the head across the middle, but this one came way after the whistle blew. Totally dirty play. And Burfict was properly thrown out. He was then banned for the rest of the season, which he is currently appealing, according to his agent.
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem?
The 29-year-old has received 13 suspensions and fines in 7 seasons. That was when he was with the Bengals. Now he's with the Raiders. He signed as a free agent this offseason. Supposedly was supposed to be on better behavior. Guess not. Rest of the season. And the only reason this is hate it is because I think he needs to be banned. If former players are saying it, he's not valuing the brotherhood. I mean, he has 2 of his suspensions were for illegal hits. So that should say everything you need to know. All right, Joker, you know what time it is?
And here we go.
That's right. It's time for You Played Yourself. First up on You Played Yourself, ESPN. ESPN every year since 2011-2012 season has released their top 100 players. They call it their NBA rank. So every single year, they've rightfully ranked number 1 as LeBron James, our beloved. This year, did they decide to do that? Well, obviously not, because I'm talking about it. This year, they decided to put James at number 3 on the list, behind number 2 ranked Kawhi,
What it do, baby?
and number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Number 3 for LeBron James. Okay. Fam, the only time those two, Kawhi and Giannis, are next to a number 1 or number 2 is literally when you're going to the bathroom and you let out a sound. Just be ready. And remember, I told you, everybody's just trying to make this man, LeBron James, angrier and angrier, and I cannot wait to see what happens on the court. Next up on You Played Yourself, before I get back to football, the next You Played Yourself goes to the NCAA. So, you might have heard that California officially signed into law their Fair Pay to Play Act. So starting in 2023, we went over this a few episodes ago, college athletes will be able to receive sponsorships, get rewarded for their image and likeness. A huge step in college athletes getting what they deserve, since they bring in so much profit for all these schools and get nothing for it. So, as we predicted, this being passed officially, being signed into law by the governor of California, will start a tremendous domino effect, and I was not lying. It's reported that other states like Florida, South Carolina, and New York are already working on bills of their own. You Played Yourself goes to the NCAA because now all of a sudden they're so vehemently against it. This came from my very beloved The Ohio State University's athletic director, Gene Smith, who does not support this Fair Pay to Play Act.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
He said, quote, "My concern with the California bill, which is all the way wide open with monetizing your name and your likeness, is it moves slightly towards pay for play. And it's very difficult for us, the practitioners in this space, to figure out how do you regulate it. How do you ensure that the unscrupulous, bad actors do not enter that space and ultimately create an unlevel playing field? One of our principles is to try to create rules and regulations to try and achieve fair play." End quote.
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem?
So Smith is one of 2 administrators leading an NCAA working group that is examining options for name, image, and likeness rights of college athletes. They're now working to establish some sort of national policy before this California law comes into play in 2023. So here's where my You Played Yourself comes in. You guys literally were so slow to react to this, which anyone could have seen coming. It's been no secret. You were so slow to react to this that the government beat you to it. A literal state government signed something into law before you could get your shit together. And now, the NCAA wants to panic. First, they want to threaten, California schools won't be part of the NCAA. So let me give you an example. You're going to kick out UCLA basketball. You're going to kick out USC football. If South Carolina comes up, there's a little school called Clemson that resides in South Carolina. You going to not have them in the NCAA? Everybody sees through your chicken shit, right? NCAA. I know you're evil, but you have to at least see that. You literally let a government beat you to this. And now you want to be frantic and try to solve this problem. Now you want to wonder about all the shady characters that might sully this name. Well, they're already fucking doing it. Newsflash. And it's already a problem you have to deal with, whether you fairly compensate college athletes or not. How does that change anything? I can't wait to see the NCAA's little heads explode as state after state starts signing this, and I hope they frickin' do.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
You want to regulate shit as if you already haven't been. And you were so naive, so fucking cocky that you didn't think this would happen? That you let a government beat you to the punch? And now you want to complain because you didn't see it coming? You're the only one to not see it coming? Or refuse to see it coming? You fucking played yourself. Speaking of that, you played yourself. It goes to Baker Mayfield. So after the Browns' bounce-back victory against division rival Baltimore Ravens 40-25, Mayfield said the following. Quote, "The win's great, but I hope everybody keeps the same energy. Threw us in the trash. We won't forget it." End quote. So last week after the Browns lost to the Los Angeles Rams, NFL analyst, former NFL head coach Rex Ryan called Baker Mayfield, quote, "overrated as hell," end quote, because he felt like the quarterback was underperforming with the talent surrounding him. I mean, fucking guilty, and I still think that, by the way. So Mayfield at the time fired back and said, quote, "If you don't wear orange and brown, you don't matter, and Rex Ryan doesn't have any colors right now for a reason," end quote.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
So, let me just translate that Baker Mayfield quote. Quote, "I don't care. Signed, guy who cares." That's all that fucking tells me.
What it do, baby?
So back to the victory against the Ravens. Baker Mayfield was asked whether Rex Ryan helped fuel Mayfield to the win. Mayfield answered, quote, "Absolutely not. Rex Ryan doesn't get any credit for this week's win. No." End quote. So I'm struggling with this one here. I seriously want my friends who are Browns fans to be happy. Genuinely. They've dealt with it all. But this fucking guy, man, Baker Mayfield, he's making it really, really fucking hard. Keep what energy? The energy you deserve, Baker? One win doesn't mean you get to do this shit. This has got to be one of the most sensitive, stick up their butts teams ever. Like, we can't criticize you if you suck. Don't suck if you can't handle it. Especially with this roster. Like, the audacity to be so fucking offended after we criticize your play when you fucking lost. Baker, you were bailing out of the pocket every chance you got. You fucking lost that game against the Rams. Keep what fucking energy?
Literally?
You played yourself.
You're asking us not to criticize you when you suck? I mean, my God. I don't understand athletes. Like, they deal with so many hecklers, and this shit bothers them? You threw us in the trash. Yeah, because you fucking sucked. Don't fucking suck. Also, you know what? I will keep that same energy. One win don't mean shit. How are you going to talk shit after one performance?
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
As a wise person once said, fuck outta here.
What it do, baby?
Last but not least, you knew this was coming. I had it too easy in the first 3 weeks. You played yourself. Goes to the Dallas Cowboys. So you start 3-0. Big fucking whoop. Against the Giants, the Redskins, and Dolphins. You know what? First, before I roast my own team, let me just say, fuck the referees. There's a play where Zeke converted a 4th down run, only to have the referees review and still get wrong a call on the field that resulted in a fumble. Also, at the end of the half in the Cowboys-Saints game, there were 4 seconds left. The Saints had a goal-to-go situation. They tried to sneak in a quick fade to score a touchdown. The throw fell incomplete, harmless enough, right? But the clock still reads 2 seconds left? You mean from snap to a fade, 4 yards into the end zone? Took 2 seconds off the clock? Give me a fucking break. Anyway, let's resume what you knew was coming.
And have fun with it.
Cowboys defense, good job, great effort. You gave up just 12 points. Great, right? No, who do you think you're talking to? Why the fuck must you insist on giving up scores on the very next drive after your offense scores? Was it the rest that got you? Well, it makes no sense why a defense would give points right back after your offense just had a successful drive and gave you a rest. It also felt like the Saints had been in second and short all game. The Cowboys got totally dominated in the trenches by the Saints. And that's how you lose to Teddy check down Bridgewater.
Petty alert, petty alert, petty alert.
Then over to the offense. Such sloppy play. And the most disheartening part is that the Cowboys' first difficult opponent of the season produces this result. A whopping 10 fucking points. By a high-powered offense that was scoring 30. What the fuck happened to that offense? It looked like the Cowboys' offense before they traded for Amari Cooper last year. There's no running creativity. How many times can you run the same fucking run play to no success before you change it up? If you can't convert a third and short, what are we doing? This great offensive line you spent money on, getting beat by a 4-man rush all game? It's so fucking disheartening for your team to lose a game like this, where your defense gives up 0 touchdowns, and your team faces its first true test of the year only to totally shit the bed. All this fucking money on offensive line and Ezekiel Elliott to get dominated at the line of scrimmage and average less than 2 yards per carry. Then you add in a Jason Witten fumble, a Randall Cobb crucial third down conversion drop, multiple offensive pass interferences by Amari Cooper. That's losing in every facet possible. Then when you needed it most in a game, your offense, what do? A 3 and out. Your defense essentially let the Saints run out the clock. There's that complimentary football I don't fucking miss. Oh, and then just when my blood pressure starts to return to normal, a fan that we're most ashamed of as Cowboy fans, stupid mouthhole Skip Bayless, types the following. Quote, "Give me a healthy Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, and I like my chances in a playoff game in New Orleans, even against Drew Brees." End tweet. Shut your dumb ass up. This man gets paid millions of dollars to compare the Saints without Drew Brees to the Cowboys not having their second wide receiver? How fucking outrageous is this man? Fox, come talk to your boy. You can pay me less than that. You can fire off hot takes. Check the resume. The idea that the Cowboys would fare better by adding back Michael Gallup versus the Saints not faring as well with Drew Brees back? This is the content we're going after? Oh, and good news, guys. The team that couldn't beat Teddy Bridgewater gets Aaron Rodgers next. Cool. Got it. Sick. Alright. On to who you got, what you feeling. Last week, picked a couple of football games. I picked the battle of 1 and 2 teams, Titans at Falcons. I went with the Falcons, and apparently I should never pick them again. Titans dominated the game 24-10. As for college games, I picked the Friday night Big Ten matchup, Penn State against Maryland. I thought the game would be close. I picked Penn State, who ended up winning, but my, was I wrong. Penn State dominated Maryland 59-0. This week, as promised earlier, told you I'd make my picks for which MLB teams will make the league championship series, who will make it to the Final Four of the playoffs. In the NL, I definitely have the Dodgers. Not the World Series yet, right?
Boom. Roasted.
Then I was torn between the Braves and Cardinals for their opponent. I'm going to go with the Braves, like a young team that isn't too worried about the pressure because they don't know what to think. In the AL, I'm going the classic 1 versus 2 matchup. I think the Astros and Yankees move on. You know what it is. Go Stros.
What it do, baby?
So I got the top 2 seeds from each side making it to the league championship series. Go fucking Stros, baby. And over in college football, we're back to a week of actual ranked matchups. This week, I'm picking the battle of unbeaten SEC teams. Auburn out of the SEC West travels to Gainesville to face SEC East Florida. Florida's number 10, Auburn's number 7. I am going to go with the team that's been actually tested this year, Auburn. Despite them being the away team, they have that win against Oregon in Week 1 and a ranked win over Texas A&M. I like those odds a little bit better. Plus, Florida lost their starting quarterback, so I'm going to go with Auburn in this one. As for what I'm feeling, celebrating my dude Namdi on his bachelor party in Louisville, getting to visit Angels Envy, have bourbon, good times, good memories, good people. And then you know how I like to end each episode with my too much sense, the advice you didn't think you needed, but I'm going to give you anyway. A little dose of real amongst my spiciness and pettiness. This week, I want to encourage all of us to strive to do things without having to be asked to do them. It's so easy to be reactionary, but I don't think enough of us are proactive. Anticipate what might be needed. Help out when you can, without having to be asked. Sound like a parent, but I don't just mean in that scenario. Offer your help. Offer to pitch in a couple bucks. It goes a long way. Everybody's working hard. Nobody's there to do it as a handout. And even if they are, what does it hurt to offer help? What does it hurt to be proactive just like they're being? And that's my too much sense for the week. And that's also the end of this episode of the number one podcast in your headphones, Prem Brulee. I've been your host, Premal of the Play Call Network. You know the drill. Rate, review, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And please check out our other amazing podcasts from the Play Call Network. We'd greatly appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time.